ladies and gentlemen, the night is only beginning because we have amongst us another wonderful, extremely powerful guest. Joining me on the stage is Miss Ekta Kapoor. Let's give a huge round of applause to Miss Ekta Kapoor, founder and joint managing director of Balaji Telefilms Limited. And she will be taking us through what women want. This is, of course, a woman who's made so many iconic television shows, and of course, she's adapted herself to the online medium. So clearly, Ekta does have an insight into what women want. Leading this conversation will be my colleague, Uday Pratap Singh. Uday, over to you.
Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. Thank you so much for being with us, to our viewers who have stayed with us, and welcome to those of you joining us now for our next special session at the Newsx We Women Want 2025 Conclave and Shakti Awards. We are now with, of course, an achiever who needs no introduction, the founder and JMD of Balaji Telefilms Limited, and also Padma Shri awardee Ekta Kapoor is with us. Welcome. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
You're, of course, being honored very, very shortly with the Excellence Award in Entertainment. What is your first reaction, firstly, Ekta ji?
I think there's no other award I think I deserve or I usually get is for entertainment. I definitely cannot get an award for fashion, so let's keep it to entertainment.
But you're looking very fashionable today, might I add as well.
I'll have to tell the one stylist who agrees to work with me, you said that.
Okay. What does style mean to you, though? Since you've said that now and you're looking fashionable, what does style mean for Ekta Kapoor?
See, style, I don't know. Style means, see, I work with brand. I think brand means having your own style.
Yeah.
And being what you believe. And it goes from what you make to what you wear to how you live.
Yeah.
So fashion is not my brand. Badass is.
True that. And you are doing that every day. Let's now ask you, of course, about entertainment, as you said. That's what you're winning for all the time these days. Is that the mantra, you believe, of Balaji Telefilms Limited?
So Balaji is a public limited company, and I think we work with a very simple formula that we want to be more felt and less understood. So we're known for either extremely niche content like Lutera, Urta Punjab, Laila Majnu, or extremely mass content. So we don't like to be in a box, and yes, in any spectrum of content, we want to be entertaining.
Yeah. I have to start out by asking you about then the content that's currently trending all over the country, the return of Kyunki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi, Kyunki 2. I'm sure this is all you're getting asked for every day at the airport, everywhere. Pehle it was, kab aa rahi hai Kyunki 2? Now it's, tell us about Kyunki 2. So why now, Ekta ji? 2025, why now? You answered this, of course, a bit in that post that you put up.
So I think it's time. See, we had a few episodes left to complete 2000. And if you asked me what I feel so sad about was that a show that made all of us was pulled off air because of our war with Star. Now we're all friends. Everything is fine. The 25th year, Smriti and I said, let's complete those 2000 episodes. But let's not do it for nostalgia. Let's do it for impact. And she's like, I want to know you now as a content provider, like a creator who was at 25 making shows for families, an abnormally of sorts, you don't expect a 25-year-old girl, not married, making a show about a joint family system and living in a nuclear house unmarried. It was the most like shocking thing of sorts. When I decided to do Kyonki, it was like I wanted to see what else I could bring in into this character, and I'm hoping like the very first episode we made Tulsi stand on a weighing scale. And for me, that was the ultimate moment that, you know, we're now close to 50.
True.
Perimenopausal, yes, we say that word loudly now. Having hormones to deal with, kids to deal with, multitasking, and the sword hanging over our heads, our hormones, and they don't support us, you know, it's true, they don't support us. So she is no longer fighting that battle, and she's losing it, and she's dealing with that, and it's a thing.
Yeah. Do you believe, yeah, absolutely, this is, you know, this is what, of course, impact is. And do you believe that films and television, the creative industry, can actually make a real impact in society?
I definitely believe that films, television can make an impact. But I don't make content only for impact, because then it's like telling the woke to see woke content.
Yeah.
The very, what should I say, enlightened see enlightened content. Unfortunately, those in the masses, they need to see what they don't know. So it has to be done in an entertaining way. So impact with entertainment is my mantra.
Yes. Also, you know, as far as these issues are concerned, do you believe it was a very path-breaking show even at that time? Let's not forget, at that time, many of these topics were not discussed in homes. Now we have social media and everything. So was it ahead of its time at that time, you feel? Looking back
Absolutely not. See, finally, I remember I met this gentleman I've said this before. This young writer, he came to me and he said, my dad hated you for 20 years of our life. He only said, I hate this woman, Ekta Kapoor. I said, that's a lot of hate for someone he doesn't know. And then the reason he hated me was, and I asked him, I said, why does your dad hate me so much? Is it because your mom took away the remote or something like that? You know, you hear these conversations, oh, the wives had the remotes. And he said, no, it's because for the first time, she said, if Tulsi can make decisions in the house, so will I. And she actually, what he called answering back, she actually had a point of view.
Yeah.
Now this threatening this huge patriarchal world, even in one home, for me was like, okay, we need to do this a little more. Let's finish the 2000 episodes, bang in with some nostalgia and hit it with some impact, and then close the show with limited series, like a limited episode format.
I was listening to one of your sound bites recently and talking about when you first saw her and when your mother discovered actually Smriti Irani, the lead star. Now when you look back at that Smriti Irani and the one today, kya badlav hua hai, and you know, does it literally feel like a different person?
That was.
Aaj bhi, ji.
I agree with Shabana ji. So, you know, actually, Smriti is somebody who is very, वो पहले तो बहुत ही soft, shy, scared थी. आज she's the woman she wanted to be and she's become that. She is far more confident.
You said that, and I was quite surprised when you said that it was a timid, shy girl who came for that first audition.
Yeah.
And now you actually see her, you know, and we've seen her in Parliament in Delhi and at other places, and you say, was it the same person or not? But coming now to this success with K, ये कब आपको पता चला कि ये K जो है ये lucky है आपके लिए?
मतलब कि just think of someone who's 25. From 18, I know nothing else but making television. At 25, one show of mine works with K. Suddenly 4-5 people say that, you know, when we see K, we know it's your show. Marketing, branding is at its nascent stages in India. So I said, ठीक है, सब कुछ K में डाल दो. It's working for me. Of course, a lot of people thought it was a superstition. I won't deny it. A lot of it was that. Yeah. And a lot of it was that it was identification. A lot of people knew, okay, if it's from K, it is from Balaji, and it's a Balaji show.
Yeah, true.
So it worked for me in many other ways.
Exactly. Today, of course, you're being honored with this Shakti Award. Where does Ekta Kapoor derive her inner Shakti from?
So inner Shakti, I won't say, but I was always wanting to be on a stage where I have either Shabana ji and or Javed sir in front of me. And today I've got this moment, so I would like to say this. Shakti, no lessons I have learned from everywhere around me. And one big lesson I learned from Sir, it's a golden rule now I've applied in my life. Golden rule. I saw an interview of Javed Saab and what he said there made so much sense. I now only take on wars with people in a war where I know I will lose or it will hurt me if I take on that battle. Never with someone I know will hurt them because that is the difference between ego and self-respect. So that is the strength or the lesson I've learned in life. I thought I'll always say to you because that's now become my simple mantra.
That's good advice.
That is, I saw an interview of his and I was like, oh my God, my eureka moment has just happened through a television set.
Yeah. You know, as you were saying, of course, you were talking about what someone said to your father. Was there ever a time when you were young that you wanted to be in front of the camera? Or did that
You see,
never?
I have a little bit of, if I'm anything, I'm self-aware. So I was one thing sure that if I ever decide to become an actress, my father would probably be the only person going to the theatre to watch the film. My full family would also not go. My mom and my brother would not. So like, I never wanted to be an actress because I knew that that's definitely not a talent I've got.
Yes. We've seen, of course, you know, your shows and your content at Balaji working over the years. Now, with the advent of OTT, Ekta ji, how do you see, you know, the entertainment medium, of course, going forward? Do you believe all of these are going to coexist together, or is there a war? Because especially in media, you know how the debate is. Is OTT harming theatres? You know, is that actually harming the TV medium? Or do you believe everyone will coexist as long as it's good
Just
content?
imagine if you had only 2 weeks of a window to see a film. Or then one more appointment viewing on a television channel. Or what would be better for a film or a piece of content? Having such a long shelf life on an OTT platform wherein it can get discovered, watched, and then sometimes re-released also. Like we just released a film of ours called Laila Majnu that did far better in its re-release than its first version. So, I mean, I think the OTT is a blessing for any form of content. Let me say that again, any form of content.
As far as TV, though, is concerned, do you believe TV is not
So
going anywhere?
appointment viewing anyways was going to break down because it's the medium of television still pulls in the maximum viewers even today. Let me say that again. Maximum viewers even today. Not a patch is any OTT show to television. Not a patch. So television only now is consumed on various platforms. On linear TV, on connected TV, and on the OTT platforms.
Yeah. We saw how, you know, the first day that Tuesday episode of QK2 did on the TRP chart, so I absolutely believe what you're saying. Now, you were awarded, of course, the Padma Shri as well by the government of India. Padma Shri, and we have another Padma Shri in the house as well, Shabana ji. Padma Shri award मिलने के बाद क्या responsibility बढ़ जाता है आपके कंधों पे, or not really?
See, I believe, I always lived on the edge. As a person, I never wanted to fit in. For me, it was a big problem that my mom used to have a huge problem with me. She said, either you're making highly conservative shows or really not so conservative content. You have to control yourself a little bit. So I was like, Mom, good girls go to heaven, bad girls make history. She says, please, please don't be so bad. Now I got the Padma Shri and I was like, just imagine, Mom, your bad girl got the Padma Shri. So now, so after that, no, the responsibility I have only is in my life is to do things that I believe in. After that, respect is somebody else's, and awards are what somebody else feels for you. That can change any day. Today they may respect me, tomorrow they may hate me. Today I get an award, tomorrow I might get a slap. As long as I am happy with myself, I'm good.
Absolutely. Now, as far as, of course, television is concerned, another criticism that sometimes comes in is that TV shows are regressive. You've answered those critics many, many times. What is your counter to them? Even today, who may say that?
Have you watched a show? Has anyone watched any television show? In the world we talk about TV being regressive, have they watched television? Or is it a comment that comes out of a clipping you've seen on the internet? You haven't seen the full show, or something you heard from a friend. Unfortunately, the people who say that TV is regressive have never sat a day with a little bit of empathy and seen lives beyond their own homes. There are wars that were won that you are now enjoying, and there are wars that women are still fighting. Sometimes what is fiction for you is reality for someone else.
Also now, we've seen how recently Amir Khan decided to not release his film Sitare Zameen Par on OTT. And he's actually created a YouTube channel where he'll have people, watch the film there for a pay-per-view. There'll be a charge for that. Do you believe this is an interesting new model? Are models constantly changing of content release?
Amir Khan is a national treasure. God bless Amir Khan, because the only person who can give up money for disruption is that man. And he succeeds or not, let's have the heart to accept that that man did what none of us could. Like I always say, it's easy to fit in. It takes a lot to stand out and say, I'm going to do it my way.
True. You're a woman who's truly broken all the glass ceilings, of course, in the industry, cutting across these different mediums that you've been speaking about. And you've cast women in lead roles when they were not being cast in a lot of lead roles in your content, in your productions. Have you seen the outlook towards women change in the entertainment industry over the decades that you've been?
I don't see the cast as women or men. These are great actors, or they are big stars. They just happen to be women.
Yeah.
I'm gender agnostic with my content. I mean, crew worked because there were 3 great actors. It's not a consolation prize. We broke not only the glass ceiling, even the box office numbers.
True.
Because there were 3 legit stars. To say that they are women and they will not get people into theaters is a disservice. And I don't think you can actually say anything. You just have to go and do it. And they did it. I mean, I have never just worked with women or given women lead roles. I've been honored to work with some great actors, and they've been in lead parts, and some great stars, commercially viable stars, and they all happen to be women.
Absolutely. There's a lot more content, of course, I'm sure, still coming out of your stable in the days, months, and years ahead. But what is a legacy that you'd like to be remembered by? The Ekta Kapoor legacy.
Man, I don't know about legacy. I would like to say I would like to be remembered for, we hated her for all the things we love her now for.
That's a good one. If there were a name then for your autobiography, what would that be, title?
I think I would just say, well.
Okay. Or entertainment, you said at the start.
I'll say that the next episode, God knows when it'll come.
Still coming. Okay.
Still coming would be, I don't know. I'd be blamed for that also.
Finally then, let's end with a rapid fire. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Okay. Beaches or mountains?
Mountains. I have a winter body.
Social media for you is?
Waste of time.
How do you deal with trolls?
I mean, I've been being told from the time there was no social media. So, I mean, now I feel like it's like my alter ego. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Favorite cuisine?
I love food. Any cuisine. Ghar ka khana, bahar ka khana, kahin ka khana.
Okay. What's the last holiday you took?
I recently went with my son to New York.
Okay.
And me as a parent, I mean, I'm not a naturally easy mother. I and my son keep looking at each other and like, we both are learning at the job. I swear we both are learning at the job. You being a son, me being a mother. So it was great. Great fun.
Okay. What's a superpower you wish you had?
I wish I could eat anything and never put on weight, to be honest. Nothing else I would want as a superpower. I really wish I could be one of those people who I don't know why, I have such a good metabolism. I eat anything, I just don't put on weight. हमारे genetics पे क्या problem था? I don't know.
That's a lie. Huh, that-
I don't know what, how do I hear this all the time? I mean, where there's no genetics, there's Munjaro, but both are not for me.
But who cares about You put Tulsi on the weighing scale now, ab sab bhul jayenge.
That was actually my alter ego going on the weighing scale and saying machine kharab hai.
Okay. And finally then, for you, once again, as far as this award is concerned, Excellence in Entertainment, your last message to all your fans who are watching you today. You can see how packed the audience room is, Ekta ji, for you. What would you like to tell them?
Trust me, I'm really a bad example, so don't follow my footsteps. Look there, there's Shabana ji there. Follow her footsteps.
How magnanimous of you. From one Padma Shri to the other. Thank you so much, Ekta Kapoor, for joining us. Founder and JMD, Balaji Televisions Limited, and Padma Shri awardee, of course, will be honored later tonight at the ceremony as well.
Thank you so much for that conversation. Ekta Kapoor really knows how to light up a room. Of course, she's one of the leading pioneers of television with us today.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.